Welcome to another episode of Bookmates with Shelley.
And Yvonne. Hi, everyone.
We are at Yvonne's house this time
Hello.
for a little impromptu gathering.
Yes, a very needed one.
We needed it.
Yes, we did.
Okay. We're still figuring out all of the dynamics of the podcasting platforms and
Once she's the one behind everything that happens there. I cannot take any credit for that because I suck. I'm not good at that at all.
And if the quality's not good, it's still my fault because I'm still trying to figure it all out.
But that's being said, once she was ready, she knew everything that needed to be done, and now they're changing everything.
They are.
So
the platform kind of changed some settings, so we're just going to run with it and hope that this all records.
It will.
So it's funny that we decided to name this episode Dreaming of Fall.
Yes.
Because I had a dream about you this week.
No.
I forgot to text you about it. And as soon as you said that's what I want to name this episode, I was like, oh my goodness, the dream. I had a dream that I called you up and I was like, I can't take it anymore, Yvonne.
Let's leave.
We're leaving.
Yes, let's go.
And we're going to the lake. Pack your bag. Yes. I don't know how we're going to work it out. We've got to figure out childcare and everything, but we're going to go.
Yeah. Can we make that a reality, though?
I know. I woke up thinking about it like, okay, what can I cancel? What can I move around? What can we do? Well, because me and the boys, we're going next month.
Exactly.
And doing our little fall break. But do y'all have a fall break?
No, we don't.
Okay.
No. This year it's been all wonky because they're giving us like some random days during the year. Mm-hmm. For example, next week they have Thursday and Friday off, but I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Orlando again. Okay. So, and we only knew about this like when school started, which it would have been amazing to know beforehand. Yeah. So that way you can, plan something. But yeah, we don't have a fall break. Okay. I wish we did.
Yeah.
But for the fall that we get here in the 90s, it's been brutal. Last week was horrible.
Yeah. We were just talking about it, that my kids do sports and outdoor sports.
I don't know how she does it.
And so we were out on the football fields 3 hours, but 9:30 to 12:30.
That's like the worst time.
Yeah. Because we're not even getting the fall mornings yet.
Exactly. It's supposed next week. I checked and I saw a 68 and a tear fell from my face, from my eyes.
And I think we're supposed to get below 90.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Like our high is going to be below
80 something. Yeah. Isn't this pathetic, that we're like super excited? Ooh, we have an 89. But it's been that bad.
It's been so bad. I was telling the boys on the way to school today, we were talking about it, and they even asked because yesterday they wanted to decorate for Halloween. It was the first day of fall. And I was like, I can't emotionally decorate for a fall holiday when I am sweating. So
it's bad. Yeah.
We made the compromise. I was like, we're just going to do indoor decoration.
And she has been better than me. The only thing that I have is like these things since August, really. And it was Valeria who saw them.
She's like, Mommy, it's
time. Bendito, sí. She's like, we have to do it. I'm like, okay. But yeah, it's been super hot every time. So I like to get early to pick up Valeria from school, and I get there like I want to say like an hour and a half prior to when they come out, and I usually turn off my car and just turn down the windows. All these days I have had to have the car on.
Oh yeah,
I have to put.
I think I saw.
Yeah, my shield on the side, because if you see this side of my leg, then my left leg has a little bit more color than my right one.
That's so funny. Yeah,
it's been that bad.
Well, I was telling the boys this morning, we were talking about it, and I said, you realize it's about every 10-ish years that we get these really hot droughts here in Texas.
But this year hasn't been that bad.
It wasn't that bad this summer.
Yeah.
Because we started off with it being really rainy, and then it dried out, and now it's like a dust storm, which brought me to the book Four Winds.
Okay.
I think Four Winds, right? By Kristen Hanna.
Yep.
Did you ever read it?
Yes.
It was such a good book.
Yes, it was.
And I was telling the boys, I'm like, well,
everything that she does is amazing.
It is. And so I was telling them about like the Dust Bowl. I said, these events have been happening for a long time, like these little rotations.
It's a cycle. Mm-hmm.
I mean, wherever side you're on with the whole global warming thing, I mean, it is a little hotter. Yeah. But we do have these cycles. And so I was explaining to them the Dust Bowl era and what was happening in West Texas with all of that. And, I went on a book tangent, and I'm sure the boys in the backseat were like, they're like, here she goes again, talking about another book. Everything has to do with books.
But talking about books, what book have you read in this time after finishing the greatest book of all time?
I know.
I am still recovering.
Yeah. It was such a good ending and book. Like, I actually, for once, felt some closure.
I felt satisfied.
I felt super satisfied. Like, we've talked about the book Hangover before.
Yes.
I don't feel like I had it, and maybe because I went back into Blood and Ash and was kind of picking some things and connecting dots.
Mm-hmm. You were on a mission. You had like an assignment. I
nerded out big time.
I love that. Yes, she kept texting me. I'm like, yes. I was so excited because I do the same thing.
Yeah. So I think that kind of helped me come off of that, and then I finished my sister's. So my sister is going to be publishing a book.
We're super excited about that.
I was talking to her today. We'll have her on the podcast.
Yes.
Once it's getting ready, and I can talk about it more. But I had to finish her proofread, and then I'm reading The Hexes.
Oh, yes.
Go Well with Tequila, I think that's the name of it. Yeah. So I started that one, which is really good.
I'm excited about that one.
It's very light, which I think I needed.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, I love fantasy, and we've talked about this before. I like all the drama within it, but I think my heart just needs a little bit of a break.
Yes.
My brain needs a little bit.
Too many things going on right now.
There's too much. Yeah. I think I want to just relax and do these one-off reads. So I'm reading that, and then because of, it's a very fallish book.
Mm-hmm.
And a very witchy book.
Yes.
And so
that's why I'm excited.
I know. So then I want to do Blackbird Oracle.
Oracle, yes. We have that one.
We've been ready to go on that one. So that's going to be my next one.
Okay. I want to do that one. And I downloaded Bride.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to do that one too. I think I'm going to do that one as an audiobook.
Who's the author of that one? That one's the Allie.
Yeah, Allie. Let me look for it.
Hazelwood? Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah. Let's see.
I just saw that she's got something else coming out.
Yes.
And Larkin Owl has a little...
Yes. Allie Hazelwood. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do that one. And then I went to the library. Mm-hmm. And I got some fun ones. It's called, this one is The Wicked Hour by Alice Blanchard, right? Blanchard.
Well, we have some Blanchards back home.
Oh, okay. There you go. Then I saw this one.
It's very aesthetically pleasing.
Yes, I know. I saw it and I thought of you. Mm-hmm. Because this is something that you would probably have in your house.
Yep.
It's called The Moonshiner's Daughter by Donna Everhart.
I like it.
And then I got from my beloved Alice Huffman. She is the best. The Marriage of Opposites.
I haven't heard that one. When was that released?
This one was released a long time ago. Let's see.
Should be. Are we on this? No.
Let's see.
Oh, 2015.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And then the last one, it's called The Enchanted Hacienda by J.C. Cervantes. So yeah,
That's a good little mix up
yeah,
there.
I know. I'm excited about it. And it's not like huge, we were talking also, and we said that the last podcast, but we were talking about the
print size.
The print size. So this one has a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
not
a good print
too small.
Size. Yep.
But I so
what are you listening to?
Well, okay, so I am listening to Does It Hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. No, Shelley, no. It's from the same author that did Haunted Adeline. That one, that one, Haunted Adeline, I listened to it, I want to say 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to finish it because the theme is very, very, very dark. It's not because it's dark. It's because I cannot do anything with like trafficking, human trafficking, and anything. I can't. So that has that theme, which, it ended up bringing things to my mind. I'm like, that is, like a hard pass for me. But some of the things that I read, I'm like, okay.
That's why I'm like, I'm shocked right now that you actually did not finish.
Yeah. So that one, I didn't finish it. And I didn't do the second one.
You do have boundaries.
See, viste? That one, no aliens.
Yeah.
No, that one, no. Not too, but that is not my jam. Not hockey or any sports. Yeah. I can't do those.
Every now and then I'm like, maybe I will just, but no.
I did listen to Lights Out. This one came out in February of this year.
Oh, is this the series you were telling me about?
No.
Okay.
So this one, the author, she is super, super. I really enjoy her. I follow her on Instagram. Yeah, that one is interesting. It's there was last year there was like this huge thing on TikTok about like the Halloween scream mask.
Oh, he told me about that. Yeah.
So yeah, that one has.
This one has
So Shelley cannot listen to that one. I read it first on Kindle Unlimited when it came out, and then I had a bunch of unused credits, and I downloaded the book to listen because the guy, oh my goodness, chef's kiss. So after I finished that one, I was like, I'm still in this vibe. I cannot go into fantasy or romantasy for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I need a little break.
Yeah, because for me, if I move on too quickly, that's a disservice to our beloved Ash, and I'm not gonna do that to him because he deserves better. But the second graphic novel, Blood and Ash, comes out on September 30th. So guess who's gonna listen to it? This one.
I can't wait for your voice memos.
Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. So I finished Lights Out, and then I listened to. Then it obviously it told me to listen to Does It Hurt? I'm still a little on it. I don't know. Maybe that will be like a limit for me.
Okay. I was going to say, like, I need to pull you back. I think it's time.
But
intervention needs to happen.
Those were the ones that I was listening to. So then I stumbled up.
And then you have this little, like, innocent
Yeah, I know.
Little arrangement
Oh, we have to keep it, interesting.
This gives me hope.
Thank you. But I stumble upon ones that I told Shelley, those she cannot read. Mm-mm. It's it's a series about this father with his two sons. They own this winery in Italy and they have no boundaries at all. It's like, I consider myself a feminist and I read these books and I'm like, you should be ashamed of yourself, Yvonne. I'm like, oh my God. And I cannot stop. So that's me. And that's why she loves me so much because she laughs and she's like,
what was the last message that I sent you? We were laughing about it because I just finished my
yes, I have it.
I was finishing my Christian prayers. And you were telling me what you were reading, and I just said, "I'll pray for you."
Yeah. See, she said, "Yeah, I have it here."
I screenshotted because amongst mine, this is where we're all about diversity here.
Yes, and balance.
And I screenshotted my little library that had my prayers and my scriptures, and then had Leather and Lark,
and Shadow and Storm.
And then it had all these recommended. See, yeah. I didn't download those. Those were recommended.
Yeah. And then I was like, Shelley, don't tell me you're reading Play Along. That was one of that was recommended. And I told her, did you hijack my Kindle? So then I sent her a message of the ones that I was reading. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to pray for you. She goes like Christian Family, Fairy, Psychology, Witches, and then, yeah. That's us in a nutshell.
That is us in a nutshell. And
I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Nope. But I think that's what's just so great.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it that much more fun.
Yes, it does.
And we can joke about it. Mm-hmm. And I don't judge you.
No, I know. Maybe a little.
Maybe on some of them.
But it's okay. Hey, that's why true friendship is,
Yeah.
Learning and saying like, I love you, but I think you need help. You need to take a step back and just, please read something that is not, yeah.
Well, and not to get too political because we promised we weren't going to do that on here, but I think that's what's so great about reading.
Yes,
and I agree. Our love for reading is it is a way of self-expression. It's a way of just escapism. Mm-hmm. It's a way of and I don't judge anybody by what they read. It might not be my forte, but some things might. And then and then we have just great conversations about.
But that's how you can transcend, to the real life. That's why, that's what I try to have in my life, and I know that you're the same. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of people in my life that don't think the way that I think and do not agree of the things that I practice, but they respect me.
Yeah.
And I respect them. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's what life is supposed to be, mm-hmm. Be able to respect each other. And I've always been a person, and I think you're the same way because we have had these conversations before. I am willing to be open to listen to you if you talk to me with respect.
Yes.
And if you allow me, after I listen to you, if you allow me to go ahead and, talk about my point of view. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so needed right now.
Yes, for sure. I think that's what I think with social media, mm-hmm. there has become this polarization where I think this way, you're wrong for thinking this way because, I just think that instead of having more conversations like you just said, respectful and I'm going to hear you out. And
actually looking for the information because I think that the problem is, people are so accustomed to get everything so quickly that they don't stop to really sit down and, and do the research, It's
Oh,
like,
for sure.
yeah.
I think with the whole clickbait.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
1,000%.
I mean, there's so much of that out there.
Yeah. And for you wanting to be in, you just see something, I'm like, oh, let me share it without really sitting down and looking at where does this come from? Is this information correct? Am I, we also have to do our due diligence, and a lot of people don't do that. So,
yeah. Well, and I think, and I have a friend that I tend to, we have different perspectives on things, and I will send her some of that clickbait stuff, and we'll both kind of digest it together. And I'll say, what's your viewpoint on this? Like, how do you take this? How are you interpreting it? And this is how and we have such a great discussion, and we don't always agree.
Yep.
But there's usually something that we agree on. We always are like, oh, I hear what you're saying there. I see that now, and vice versa, which I think is really good. But I think because we're readers and we are
definitely
well versed on the different point of views of things, I think that helps.
I agree 1,000%. 1,000%. People think, oh, yeah, you like reading books, but you don't understand. You can learn so much from a book. You can see, because you're focusing on that and you're being immersed in what you're receiving.
Yeah.
And that can open your eyes for a lot of things, it makes you, it gives you different points of views.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important. I agree with you 1,000%. That's why it's so important for people to read. People don't read enough.
Yes. Well, and we've talked about, like, my boys. Well, my oldest one has dyslexia, so it's a challenge for him. So it's been a challenge to try to get something that he enjoys, and that to make it fun, because it's so effortful for him.
Yes.
He is enjoying audiobooks.
Yay.
And we have found he loves Harry Potter. And so we're reading that together. I'm reading it to him. And then but I love it because he's 5th grade now. And his literature teacher, I think it's his literature teacher. Yes. She was saying it is her goal this year to make the non-reader a reader.
I love that.
And to find something. So it's exploring different topics, exploring what they may like.
Yes.
And she's got a book club where you can come in and hear other people talk about their books too, which I think is so wonderful. Yeah. I love it. And so I was like, okay, it's Halloween. I'm going to find something that we can read together. So I picked up Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard.
Yes, I love him.
And I hadn't read The Graveyard.
It's very good.
Yeah. And I was like, this will be very Halloween.
Yes.
And doing it. And my oldest does not like surprises. And the first opening scene is, this man like with a knife going through the house. And I was like, okay, maybe. So I usually get very dramatic in my reading to try to get them. I was like, I think I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I'm just
not so much.
Yeah. The man walking through. Instead, it was more of, oh, there's this man and he's like walking through the house. And
I'm like,
this is fun.
He has an iPad, doesn't matter. We can keep walking and,
So we'll see where that goes. But they were both, because I had both the boys in there, and they were both like, I don't know, can we sleep together tonight? We're kind of a little scared, Mom. It's like, oh,
great job. Awesome. You're like, woohoo, a star for me.
I know. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see where this goes.
But. And it's, I also dislike and get so frustrated when people diminish or want to shame you for the things that you like. For example, my oldest, he loves to read, or he used to love to read a lot. My middle one, he likes to read, but he likes more graphic novels. And I remember one teacher he had, she was like, well, that's not a book. I'm like, I disagree with you.
Yeah. It's the story.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's, some people like it with the bubbles over their heads. I don't like it, but not everyone thinks or process things the same way. So don't downgrade what he likes. The little one, she's starting to read a little bit more of chapter books. But she's starting to see me, she sees me more reading. So my husband always says, he's like, I wish I could love reading like you do.
I know, mine does too.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not gonna happen.
No, I've tried. I'm like, can you? And he's like, no.
Well, and I've tried even like military style books. He did one and it took forever. But he also is not a strong reader.
No, my husband is the same way. He's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's more, outdoors and doing, other.
Well, does he like podcasts? Will he listen to podcasts?
Yeah, he's listening to podcasts, but he doesn't like. He says that if there's a lot of details, then he will get, and I get it.
Yeah.
Because you have to be doing a certain amount of thing in order, at least for me, to listen to a audiobook or a podcast. So that way
it has to be something like monotonous, right?
Yes. If it goes a lot into detail, I can't.
Yeah. Because I can listen to it in the car, and I can listen to it on my walks and when I'm cleaning. But
the best way that I clean, it's listening to audiobooks.
Yeah.
And to to clean the house and all that. I need to clean the house too. Neither here
as
or there.
As you stare over into that one area.
Yeah. People, you don't understand. Shelley is a saint. And my daughter has an area of our house that it's hoarder a session. And every time Shelley comes to visit, she's like, oh, hi. And I can see her. And I know she's like,
there's so much I could do with that.
Just let me get my hands on it.
Yeah. And some money to IKEA and we'll just whip it up.
And yes.
Maybe that'll be our next bookmate date.
Yeah.
I'm going to come over here.
But for her,
I love it.
That's heaven,
Yes. It makes me so happy. I never look at it with judgment.
She's still looking at it. She's talking. She's like, it's bad. It's bad. I will not post a picture on Instagram, maybe on a story. No, I won't do that.
Maybe we'll have to do a before and after.
Before and after. Okay.
Yeah. But I do love it. I mean, it calms me.
Yeah.
It is not, and it calms me more to do somebody else's instead of my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
To do my own, it's ADD central. And it's so hard for me to finish a project. I'll start it and then I'll get to a point.
BS, because she's amazing with projects.
I know, but it takes me some time.
But you finish them.
I do finish them.
I have a lot of them started and they're still there. And I haven't finished them. So give yourself some credit, Shelley.
Yes. Yeah. But I don't feel the overwhelm. Like I feel the overwhelm whenever I'm at my house doing it. I don't feel the overwhelm when I do it for somebody else.
Yeah.
So it would be therapeutic.
Because also then you are bringing, an act of kindness to another person. And that also, fills your bucket.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of places here that can fill your bucket. You can leave.
We talked about it last year about doing it.
At the beginning of this year. Yeah.
And then it just didn't happen. We're just too busy.
Yeah.
Because again, we live about 40 minutes
from each other
on a good traffic day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it, I was thinking about it on the way here when I was driving. It doesn't feel like 40 minutes.
No.
It feels more like 30.
Yeah.
And growing up, my mama was 45 minutes away. It took us 45 minutes, and it was the longest 45 minutes of my life. I mean, it was so boring, that drive, but it was all interstate, and we didn't have anything to do in the car. We didn't have the little Nintendos. We didn't have iPads or, DVD players. We had our cassette player.
That was the best.
That was about it.
Yeah.
And then Solid Gold Saturday Night on the radio.
Yep.
But I was thinking about it. I was like, man, that always felt so long. And then now living in a big city, going from A to B is, everything takes
a
20
lot.
minutes at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you.
So, yeah. growing up in small town versus now big town.
Yeah.
When we go back home, the kids, they always say everything's just so close.
I love a small town.
Yeah.
That I enjoy living where we're at because it has grown a lot, but it has more. I don't feel it as hectic and stressful as South Austin is.
Yeah. Yeah. And South Austin's just gotten more and more.
Yeah,
It's so busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, anything else you want to chat about before we go on
No,
our adventures?
Maybe I will put a little bit of the book, and no, I'm not gonna do that to her. She will be like,
oh, in the
catatonic.
car.
No.
Oh my gosh.
See?
See? I'm already blushing. So we're going to have a fun day today.
Yes.
We want to do this, and then we're going to go to our all-time favorite bookstore.
Yes.
Lark and Owl.
In Georgetown, Texas. Shout out. They're amazing.
They really are.
Women-owned. They're awesome.
They are so awesome. So that brings up, we'll finish up on this last topic of bookstores in general. You and I have gone to a lot of bookstores.
Yes.
We love our bookstores.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it like a best?
For me?
Like a favorite? Like what does it need to have to fit the mold of, wow, this is a great bookstore and I want to come all the time?
For me, there has to be coffee. In there. Mm-hmm. That's a must. But I really like, and for me also, it has to be a place that I feel brings something to the community.
Okay.
A place where I can see myself gathering with others and that has a strong presence especially for kids as well.
Yeah.
So I really like that. But even though I like that, I also love when it's quiet. Mm-hmm. I like a smaller, quaint type of bookstore. I don't like the humongous ones.
Yeah.
And if there's like a chair there that I can sit and sip my coffee, it will be even better.
Yeah. I would agree with a lot of that. I need like a medium size. Mm-hmm. I don't want it too small.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't want necessarily everybody looking at what I'm looking at. Mm-hmm. On the shelves, like I kind of want some privacy there whenever I'm browsing and pulling
or
different
you can
things.
Send me to pull everything and then oh no, she got it. Let me see what you're reading now, Yvonne.
Because I kind of want a little bit of more privacy with things. Well, and it's not even that I'm looking at anything bad necessarily. But I don't know. I don't know. I get a little bit more shy about it.
It's okay. It's okay. Like what I would say. It's okay. Yeah.
I love that you have zero shyness around it.
Yeah, I don't. But now you can see it in my face. Well, so you can feel good. When I was reading the ones of the Italian family there were some points that I was like, Yvonne Miguez, what are you reading? Like you need to. Oh, and I read one of the books on our way to Orlando.
Yeah, the plane.
With my kids next to me, but she was asleep, so she didn't. And I was literally like this. I told Shelley that.
Like trying to hide. Like, don't look at any of this.
I told Shelley, maybe I'm going to be on TikTok. Somebody recorded me. It's like, this sick lady.
You could be a meme.
Reading this with her kids on the side and her highlighting it on her Kindle. That's me.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, a bookstore for me, definitely coffee.
Yes.
I need to have a coffee house, and it's a bonus if they have food.
Yes. Yes, 1,000%.
I mean, just because you just never know. And I don't need a meal. I don't need you to make me anything, but maybe some little, like, nice little pastries because I like something sweet with my coffee. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of it's not a deal breaker, but we're talking about the ideal bookshop.
Yeah, I agree.
Bookstore. We'll have that. And I agree with you. Those that support local authors and that really do a lot for the community, that give back. That's why I love Lark and Owl. They give back so much to the community. They involve the community. They have a lot of community events.
And they also have, I really love that they have these reading groups.
Yes, they do.
And they have ones also for different things, for kids and adults, and the spicy ones also. But they also have one that I've always loved for grieving people.
Oh, I didn't realize
so
that.
they have ones that I think they meet each other like once a month, and they pick a book that will help them in their grieving journey.
I love that.
And I think, that is something that you don't see a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that about them.
That's sweet. I like that. And I think aesthetically, I feel so comfortable there.
Yes.
It's a very warm,
inviting
vibe. And I like that about it. So it has to have some richness to the aesthetics, not just starch white everything.
Yeah,
I like some rich colors in there. That makes a lot. That means a lot.
Well, for me also, I've always thought of a cute bookstore, and I always think about fall.
Yes, for sure.
That's like my,
it's cozy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You want to get a warm coffee and be cozy. Right now, we're going to Iced. We're going to go get us an iced coffee.
I know, definitely. Yeah.
Which is great too.
Yeah.
But
I'm really looking forward for fall, because every fall I watch Gilmore Girls.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
We have some friends that do that.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a good one.
We do that, and I also watch Twilight.
Yeah. I had this song in my head, but then it just went away.
Yeah.
That is a fall one.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a good fall one. Well, and Practical Magic is a must.
1,000%. Yes.
Yeah. My sister and I always do our little Practical Magic gathering every year.
Yes.
And we get in our witchy stuff.
And they go all out, because let me tell you something about these two women. They are amazing. When they think about doing, it can be only the two of them. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
They go all out. But I also think there's your mom influence is so big there, and I adore that. But they have they think about the menu, that it's on theme. They think about the drinks that are on theme. You know, they're like the hostess extraordinaires. If you come to mine, if I remember to order the pizza on time, you will be like, but I swear I'll make you laugh, and I'll have alcohol. So, yeah. But they go all out, and it's so awesome.
It's fun.
Yes.
I think, and I don't know if it's kind of a Southern thing too. I mean, growing up in Louisiana, I mean, everything was centered around meals, and everything was like this event. I mean, you brought out different china or different plates depending on the season, and at least that's how it was in my house, not just with my mom, but with my grandmother too. But yeah, in my house it was like that, but with my mom and with my grandma. And but it didn't trickle down. To my mom. Well, my mom was a school teacher, a grammar school teacher. So every season, we had a different wreath on the front door for every season, a different centerpiece, and then plates were changed out. Yeah, so it trickled for sure. Yeah, but my sister definitely does more than I do, because she's got a little bit more time. That's what I was going to say. Do it, and I love it. Yeah, yeah, but it's awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to go on our adventure to our bookstore. Yes. Maybe we can do some. We'll keep looking. We have a lot of bookstores around Austin. Yeah. Last year we did that a little bit more. Maybe we can do it. Maybe for 2025 we can start. It's no joke. The kids, they have so many things. But we went to the Painted Porch in Bastrop, which was great. And we love Main Street down there. So Lark and Owl is our go-to. There's M Dash in Buda, just south of town.
Yeah, we were gonna go, but it was closed the day that
Yeah.
we were gonna
I
check
think they
it out.
relocated.
Yeah.
And then they have the Sunday bookshop in Dripping.
Mm-hmm.
And if we wanted to even go further south, Green Heron Bookshop, I think.
Yeah, and I think they opened one in Pflugerville, so we have to check that one out too. So yeah,
So we'll give you all the rundowns on our next Bookmates adventure to the bookstore. So, all right. Well, thanks for tagging along.
Bye. Bye.